It's finally started. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Margaret Pinard. You are on Booktube, and I am so happy to greet you this evening for our first Fireside Chat. So I am here to host some lovely creative individuals, play some reindeer games, get some creative juices flowing, and introduce you to a lot of people I know from many different pieces of the internet so that you can all be friends, because that's the goal. And find out about new work, like wonderful things like this. So, welcome, and thank you for coming here for this inaugural Fireside Chat. So I've got an interesting sort of layout here for us. It's an experiment, why not? And we're going to go around and meet the lovely people of the Stygian Society, a couple publishers, several authors, contributors, and I'm just going to ask them to introduce themselves and their channels and what they write. So we'll go clockwise for me, which starts with Professor Mab.
Hi. I'm part of the collection, and I write mostly what ifs. So a lot of fantasy or sci-fi, but also I'm actually working on a series of whodunits, like police stories. And I do a lot of different things too in my life.
All right. Welcome, Holly.
Okay. I'm Holly. I'm one of the Stygian founders. I am a currently sort of young new adult author, but I'm constantly evolving. I dabble in the areas of horror and fantasy primarily, sometimes poetry as well. That is what I have in the Stygian collection. And along with Pae, we launched this whole initiative. So we have two channels. My personal channel is just Holly Rhiannon Writes. It has writing education, my process, stuff about what I'm working on, although I'm 2 months behind and I'm gradually losing subscribers, but I promise I will be back. And yeah, we've been focusing on the Stygian Society channel and putting interviews out there and promoting the collection and this new venture.
Yes, I'm happy to be a stop on the book tour. So this is sort of accomplishing dual purposes, which I love.
Yes, that is what we're trying to do right now. It's an online book tour.
Yes, totally. Sam.
Oh. Hi, I'm Samantha Green, and I have a channel called Greener Side of Sam, and I'm hopefully going to come back to it soon with more Kafka content, Franz Kafka. And I wrote the ballerina in the Stygian collection.
Thank you. Hey.
Gotta turn my mic on. I'm Pae. I from the channel Attention. And as Holly said, the other part of the founder of Stygian, and I can't remember what my story's called in this collection.
Paperweight.
Paperweight. Thank you. So I've got that, and on my channel though, I haven't been on it recently, but I have a lot. I just haven't had the time to edit or film and edit everything I have. But as soon as I do have time to get back on that, I will be doing that. I guess currently working on a science fiction novel actually, and another project that actually is something completely separate. But once those kind of start leveling out, I'll be more active online again.
Awesome. I know you have hordes of fans waiting for more rubber duckies. So
the comments we get on Stygian, it's always like, where are the rubber duckies? I'm like, that's not quite this brand.
Yeah. And I am normally, there it is, a historical fiction and fantasy writer. And for the Stygian collection, I definitely stretched my horizons and worked on a sci-fi sort of dystopian future. And so that's very different for me. I've done another one like that and submitted it, and I don't know, new directions, who knows? So with that like fantasy element, we've got some steampunk things going on with the background. The background today is influencing me, and I wanted to sort of hit that angle of a lot of people tried out new things for the Stygian collection. So I was going to go with unlikely pairings for our flash fiction exercise. But before we started, I wanted to, because this is a book stop, ask Holly and Pae, as you do on our interviews, like, how are you feeling now that it's out in the world? What is your feeling now that you've accomplished this thing and people are talking about it? And
Oh, you've nabbed my question. I don't know. Pae, do you want to start? I usually start.
I just usually reword what you say. So that's
I know, that's why I'm telling you to start.
It's funny because when I was going over with the edits with Pamela, our editor, I had one view of it, and then once it was published and I reread it, stories in it, it was like rereading it all for the first time again. So it was, and I don't know why that was, but there's this, I don't know, maybe I think the way you, Holly, organized it somehow changed a lot, and the way I read it when the stories were just coming in somehow gave me a different mindset. So it was interesting, I guess. I don't know if that really answers how I feel about it. I don't know. It's always great to get work out there, I guess. That feeling you get when you accomplish anything, really.
To sort of add on to what you've said there about the evolution of your feelings toward it, because I think you were like, okay, this is one thing, and you sort of saw a lot of our more like YA elements, and then once we put everything together and did the edit, I talk a lot in our interviews about how the flow really makes this an interesting piece. So each individual piece is so impressive on its own, but once you put it together, it became an entity. And so that's been really cool to see how it's just become this cohesive entity and gone out into the world. And it's been more successful than I could have expected, honestly. Like, we put a lot of work into this, and we had an ideal. Like, obviously, when you start a project, Pae and I talked about, like, where do we want this to go? And I think it's exceeded expectations, because we just had an amazing group of authors, an amazing editor, artist, and it just came together. It's been perfect. And all the feedback has been good. The sales, everything. So we're good.
Yay! Awesome. I'm sure I remember to put links to buy the Stygian collection down in the description. So what is it? Shilling the Stygian collection.
That's my Twitter. Or my X, sorry.
Yeah, our X handle. So for anyone who doesn't know, that is where you can find links to purchase. Of course, some people in the chat definitely know where to find it already. Sheraton Mortis, hello everyone. Lovely to see all of you. We've got some other Stygian Society peeps. Jolene, Bookworm Adventure Girl. Hi, Margaret and Stygian peeps. Great to see all of you. Other author tubers, Felicia at dreamingtruth.office author. I love the atmosphere. Love it. And Cool Gamer saying hello. And Jordan Mahoney. Asking about moderator stuff, which is not the topic of the day. So I'm going to leave that to the side for the moment. And Leslie is also here. She's going to be on the show later. I've got lots of people who I'm excited to introduce. Like I said, there's lots of small ponds that I'm in that people don't know each other in. So when I hop like a little frog, like a little stream hopper, I also want to sort of introduce those people to each other. So that's part of the game. And then RC Scott, also on like the horror dark side, as you can see from his profile. So hopefully he'll appreciate the timber of these stories. All right, so I'm going to explain with a little chart here the exercise we're going to be doing, and see if it makes sense to you guys. We can adapt it if necessary. So when Holly and I were talking about a possible sort of collaboration, she had done a lot of work already working with AI to draw out tropes in some of the stories in the collection and see where they overlapped and what was the common theme. And I thought, it'd be really funny trying to pair those with other genres, because unlikely pairings, like me and a sci-fi dark horror collection, right? So I've got some of these up here. We're going to try to pick one and run with it. And so, Holly, did you want to read the ones on the left? I did hear a little echo, but let's see if it's still there when you...
Okay. I don't hear it now. Yeah, I was writing in our private chat. I might have an echo. Sometimes that happens because Pae and I are in the same vicinity, even though we've got a door between us. But so the ones on the left were tropes from within the collection, and we gathered a lot of these together. So thank you for sifting through all of that. So we have Deal with the Devil, Petty Gods, Ferryman, Orpheus and Eurydice, Judgment Day, Dark Guilty Secret, Carrion Eaters, Macabre Grotesque, Storm, Elemental Threat, and Haunted Portal.
And a couple of these I added in, right? So partly for creative expansion and partly for hilarity, I have paired these with tropes that I found on the TV trope site from mystery genre, from romance genre, and from sci-fi, which, is a little closer, but fake dating, an ancient alien civilization, the sex worker with a heart of gold, in space, added to whatever you want, time travel, an animal POV, an amnesiac, a high school reunion, a matchmaker, and orphan kids. And so I paired them up horizontally if you want to go with that, or we can sort of go off the rails and try diagonally. But if people at home want to play along and try to write a flash fiction, I was going to just give us 10 minutes on the timer while we listen to a crackling fireplace, even though it's August.
It's cool here today, so it's okay.
Is it? Okay, good. And
for the first time.
Yeah, pick your poison, and then we can all you can write it down in the next minute, and then I'll take this off so that it's not in front of our faces. If you want to participate at home. And if anyone has questions, I was going to just pop that up as well. I guess I have to make all of these scrollers because it's not moving the new layout. That's fine. So, Stygians, let me know when you've decided what you're going to work on vocally.
Good.
You good?
I got it.
Got it. I don't have mine yet, so I'm going to catch up in the chat. JD is here. Happy evening. Thank you, JD. Yes, go off the rails. Okay. So he's going to take us up on the prompts later. Brain is fried from work. No cap, my good sir. Okay, I've got mine.
So are we doing multiples of these?
We're going to do one pairing per 10 minutes. So you have a little time to think about it and then write, I don't know, a page and a half, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll share it out afterwards and sort of get each other's vibes, if that's all right.
Okay. Okay, I think I got it.
Is that everybody?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to write mine down just so I don't forget. And, it doesn't have to be world class. This is just to try to get us to think a little differently and practice something new, right? So I'll add my little fireplace in here so we're all nice and cozy. And I think I'll have to restart it once or twice during our 10 minutes. But yeah, I've got quarter after the hour. And if we're all ready, I'll just go ahead and start and mute myself and come back in 10 minutes.
All right.
And that is time. Okay. I need to finish sentences or thoughts. I went full on. I don't know about you guys. I was like,
Oh, I mean, I've started something that could be a 50,000 word novel. It's my usual problem. There's no ending.
I just wrote like a strange idea and setting down. But I didn't even know where to begin on how to even write and it's so stupid. Once I saw what I had written, I couldn't just stop staring at what was I don't know what this is.
all right.
Okay, I finished my sentence.
All right. So what did we aim for? And anyone at home participating, tell us what you aimed for. Let me put the thing back up in case people want to see. I went for Judgment Day and time travel. Did anyone else do the same?
Not me.
I have Judgment Day is one.
Okay.
Judgment Day and Deal with the Devil.
Those are the same side.
Those are the same side?
Yeah, those are both
too. Well, because I had completely I swear I saw Judgment Day on the other side of it.
It's all right.
It's okay.
Okay. You're for another round.
You're purely Stygian.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't really have. I have an outline really, but it's not even. It's just a weird. I don't know what I have.
Okay, Holly, what did you do?
I just did the first one, Deal with the Devil and Fake Dating.
Awesome. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Although I didn't even get to the fake dating part. But
Sam?
I did macabre. How do you say that? Macabre, grotesque, macabre, grotesque, and high school reunion.
Nice. I thought that one would be pretty perfect.
That was one I was interested in too.
And Marc-Andre, how about you?
I did Carrion Eater's Amnesiac from the animal point of view.
Oh my god.
Three. Nice.
Beating us
It's
all.
basically conversation between two carrion crows.
Oh.
Okay. Do you want to
One of
start? Do
them
you
is-
want to share out what you read or a synopsis of it? Either way.
Me? Sorry, I was just read. Oh, okay.
I was gonna say Marc-Andre because
Yeah. So okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just a conversation. It's just it starts off. What is this? He crowed. What do you mean? Why are you eating that? That squirrel? Yeah. Why are you eating a dead squirrel? Well, that's what we do. And so it just
why do we do what we do? See?
yeah.
The seed of things. I like it.
His name is one of them is Cameron Crowe, and the other one is Gregory Beck.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Which
I
is
love
from The
the
Simpsons.
That's cute.
That's good. See, that's the gold. And Marc-Andre, I asked everyone to prepare a favorite word for a game we're gonna do. So, what is your favorite word?
Well, my favorite word was cat.
Yes. Okay. So, just letting everyone know, this is sort of like the thing you have to find. If you're watching and paying attention, that's what you want to find, and you'll need it later. Okay. Sam, did you want to share yours?
Yeah. Okay. my grotesque high school reunion. The chips are good, but a little too crunchy. Alex, the star football player from 2012, popped another in his mouth. Who's all coming? I don't know, said Anna. The rips are tough. There were only 2 of them, 3 if you counted the janitor, standing in the middle of the Wayside High gym. It had been 10 years since they walked across the stage, diploma in hand, and even though it was already 10 minutes past the meeting time on the invitation, Alex and Anna stayed. You like the meat? Billy Schaufer snuck behind the pair and grabbed a rib. Here, have some more. Don't you want it? Alex's mouth was still stuffed full of chips. Vegetarian. No one really remembered Billy. No one really forgot him either. He was one of those kids who sat in the back of the class listening to Green Day so loud the teacher would say, "Put it away, Billy." Then he would mumble under his breath, just loud enough for someone to hear, "I hope someone sticks a fork in your eye." And that's as far as I got.
The essence of high school.
I'm left wondering.
I love it. Yeah, the crunchy chips. I sense something there. Yeah. Nice.
That's why I didn't go to my reunion.
Yeah. What is it? Like 2024? Yeah, I'm on year 24 now, and I'm like, still haven't been to one.
Yes.
High school.
I didn't go to grad either, so.
Only did my last grad out of the many.
I was too edgy to do grad.
Yeah.
You want to share yours?
Oh, yeah. So I just, like I said, it's just kind of an outline. Didn't know really where to. So, yeah, I had to deal with the devil and Judgment Day. So I just wrote, the devil is a contestant on American Idol. And when he walks out on stage, he sees that God is one of the judges. And that was what it was meant by Judgment Day. Oh, my God. And then I was gonna somehow have him strike a deal with in that scenario, and I was like, okay.
I see a lot of potential there. Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. I want to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What popped in was like really, really juicy. I like it. Sheraton chose Macabre Grotesque and High School Reunion as well. They said I can share an extract of what I wrote. Go ahead and put it in the comments. Yes, Simon Cowell is going to get it. I guess, or I think that's the best way to do it. If you just want to chop it up and then we can read it in installments. I did Judgment Day and time travel. I don't know. I figured that would be interesting because one is a timed event and one is a repetitive thing. So there's mine. 1 page exactly. It was her 14th attempt. Madrigal, 13 times dead, yet held the courage to try again. She gazed at the setting sun, knowing the exact moment the end of the world would begin. For her lover, Merton, had foretold it, and then been blinded by their ruler. Madrigal had one more idea, one move she had not yet tried, and then the 14th time would truly be the end for her. She dug out the penny given to her by the ferryman. Kissed by a goddess it had been. Survived 13 cataclysms it had. For what? Madrigal held it up to blot out the sun's full orb and cast the only spell she had left in her magic bones. A reset. A tiny curl of smoke lifted off the coin. It wasn't enough. She shouted the words, louder and with all her force, hurling the energy at the sun that had dared to douse her dreams. The 14th cataclysm started, familiar and still terrifying. But at the instant when she always blinked back to an earlier time, she chose instead to melt, resolve, be one with the dew. She would be reborn with this earth. That's my Stygian theme, apparently.
Love
I
it.
like it.
Huh. Ooh, okay. All right. Sheraton says, it is always nice to gather with my old school peers. Every year is a blast. I wish the smell wasn't getting worse, but paying to refrigerate all these corpses can be quite expensive.
So perfect.
That is black. Oh,
Love what Jolene says.
definitely got my attention. Oh, man. Oh, nostalgia. A different type of nostalgia, right? Oh. All right. We're going to switch around, maybe do a different one. And
Oh, I didn't do mine.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, Holly, right.
I mean, I shouldn't have reminded you, but.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I did deal with the devil and fake dating, but I didn't get to the fake dating because as always in my writing, which is why I could not do a short story in the collection, I just start something that's going to wind up being 50,000 words long. In the quaint town of Wolseley, a young woman named Elizabeth found herself at a crossroads. Her family's cherished bookstore, a haven for dreamers, was facing imminent closure due to mounting debts. This is all she could think of as she traversed the town on her weekly book run to pick up used editions from local collectors. Her desperation was growing, and there were few options she could turn to. Having heard eerie rumors of an antique shop where deals could be struck, she decided to veer off course and make for this strange location in the darker side of her otherwise welcoming town. The antique store was housed in a brick building. Upon pulling up in her pickup truck, she felt the sunny day fade away, the horizon growing stormy. The humidity became stifling, and a sour, sweet wind blew her red hair forcibly out of its bun the moment she exited the vehicle. Straining to close the door, she stared at the entrance to the store. Metal bars covered the windows for security, but gave it an imposing appearance alien to the other antique stores of the town, those where grandmothers greeted her with shortbread and tea before showing off their latest Tiffany acquisition.
I love it. I love all the imagery.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I'm still getting a supernatural vibe. Like the weather is kicking in and like making itself known.
There was going to be a guy in the store who had like a dating scheme that she gets in on.
Nice. Where did I just see? Oh, there's a bakery in Portland here that is offering dating profile tips on their Instagram as like an event. I'm like, this is an interesting cross. What are we doing here?
I would not make that connection.
Yeah. I was like, okay. I mean, I think it was like having a place to host another small business that was doing like interpersonal relationships kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, that's wild and very cool. But what?
Why not? We're putting weird tropes together.
Exactly. Unlikely pairings. Yeah. Okay. So ready for another round. You can continue on with the same one if you want, or you can pick another option. Put that back up for anybody. I'm gonna swap because I'm a breadth, not a depth. Oh yeah, okay. I got mine. I'm good.
I got mine.
And I'm gonna make it a 9-minute thing this time, just so that I only have to hit the fireplace timer 3 times. Because I'm sure you'll notice when it stops. Okay, so 8 and 9 is 47. So I'll skip that and then pop it up. And mute myself and see you again in 9 minutes. Good luck. What's the longest final minute ever? What is so loud?
Who was that?
I think it was Pae.
Was it me? Oh yeah, sorry, I just turned my mic on.
Oh,
Oh boy. All right, so okay, second round. Did we feel better about our second attempts, or like settling in, or is it new all over?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I like them both, but they're still not flash fiction.
Okay. Sam, what did you decide to do?
I did Dark Guilty Secret from an Animal POV.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay, so Ted the dog circled around the yard. It would be much easier to hide the bunny if the humans thought he was just out there doing his business. He didn't mean to mistake the little fluff ball for a chew toy, but hey, at least he was keeping the strawberry safe, and by safe he meant he kept a few for himself. Yes, he was an honest dog, but he did delight in stretching the truth here and there. And technically it was the Hendersons' fault that they left their back door open and Mr. Carrot Cake got out. Now it was time to dig the hole. But where? Certainly not the rose bushes. Under the tree? No. He had it. He would bury Mr. Carrot Cake in the sandbox. Then the little human would take the blame.
Oh my god, that's good.
The layers.
Wow.
The dog's ruthless.
The poor child is going to therapy now.
Yeah,
That's all I could think of. But it was an animal.
I like it. Holly, how about you?
Well, I knew actually, Pae, can you try hitting mute on yours? I want to see if it'll stop my little bit of echo. Oh, it does. Okay. So I was gonna continue, but then I thought that it would just like keep going and going, and I wanted to try another one of these because I was kind of attracted to the haunted portal and orphan kids.
Yeah.
So I started that one, and now I have 2 new novels in the works, right?
They could be the same.
They could. So here I just started. Flint Home for Unruly Youths was a sanctuary for the destitute and forgotten, run by the iron fist of Madame Reglement. While many children who came to the home became embroiled in adversarial pursuits spurred on by the hostile staff, one particular group of brave orphans became bound by their unbreakable camaraderie. It was perhaps the strange nature of their grouping that led to their discovery of the portal, a preternatural answer to their quest for a place to call their own. It happened on All Hallows Eve. The residents of Flint had been sent to bed early, but the society, as they called themselves, knew they faced an auspicious day for mischief and set a plan into motion. They would venture out once the property went dark and explore the wooded area around their sadistic sanctuary.
Preternatural. Oh, I like it. Speaking of which, what is your word?
I think I had written that Pae and I were going to share a word and put forward Stygian, if that is acceptable.
It is for the audience at large. Just letting you know that the favorite word is Stygian. Nice. Yeah, Jolene said, "Poor Mr. Carrot Cake."
No, I'm still thinking about that.
Yeah. Pae, do you want to go?
Yeah. So for whatever reason, I just decided to carry on with whatever it was I was doing. I thought, okay, so the devil, again, it's still more of an outline, though I do have a bit of a dialogue too. So the devil walks out with his little fiddle, and God says, "What in the hell?" And the devil says, "Not you again." And right when the devil starts playing his fiddle, God presses the X button, and Simon Cowell says, "Give him a break. He has no one to sell his soul to."
Oh.
Oh my god, great.
Yeah.
There's too many stand-ins. I need to like process. There's too many things going on and being commented on at once. I'm like losing the thread. That's good. Oh. Marc-André.
I chose the ferryman and the hooker with a prostitute with a heart of gold.
Okay.
So the shore could barely be distinguished from the water. It was as if the river had stopped flowing. But as he gazed at it, he could almost imagine small ripples. The boat floated down without a wake, coming straight to where he was waiting. His mouth was dry, almost pasty. All around him, the air was wet, blurring the line between land and water even more. But the dampness didn't reach his skin, staying just beyond the surface of his body. Finally, the flat craft reached him, and the ferryman beckoned him in, thin, waif-like. He wasn't what he had expected. She, yours person corrected. He didn't conceal his surprise, but to his credit, neither did he state the obvious. A fairy woman. Sharon. Made sense to him. Long story, she added, so she didn't have to explain. Let me guess. You don't have any money. That's all I have.
Oh, I like that setup. That's good. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, so Sam, did we get your word? Your word is my favorite tonight. I've already shared it with someone today.
My word was dormiveglia, and it's the place in between sleep and awake.
So every morning when I wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm like worrying through things, but they feel like dreams, I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm already started on my to-do list. Great.
Yep.
Dormiveglia. I love it. I didn't know if the G was like Velia or Veglia, but yeah. Nice.
I'm not sure. I've just been going with dormiveglia.
Nice.
It's a good word.
Yeah. And my word that I've been thinking about for like a couple of weeks was leguminous, because I'm working on plant identification and there are trees that are related to legumes. And I thought, is that an adjective? And after wondering about it for weeks, I finally looked it up and it is leguminous. So I like the word.
Makes me think of another good word, lugubrious.
Yeah.
I always thought that was a funny word.
Doesn't sound like what it means.
It's much more used in French.
What is it?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Lugubre is
sadness, I think.
No, it's creepy.
Oh, I always thought it was like kind of looking dismal, like looking lugubrious, but it does sound creepy.
Yeah. Well, it could be dismal.
Looking or sounding sad and dismal.
Oh.
So maybe
it changed a bit.
Yeah, faux amis. Excellent. So the game is, now that you know all of our words, if you leave a comment with anyone's favorite word, you earn an entry into the secret prize giveaway. So at the end of the month, I will have a giveaway for like a bookish package and a digital book package. And either of those two, you can have entries to win. And you get an entry by leaving a comment, not in the live chat. You have to hold it. You have to like have the self-discipline of a 6-year-old and hold it till the end of the hour and then put it on as a comment. So that's my little game for people who are watching. Okay. Only got a few minutes left, so I will go through mine. I chose elemental threat and matchmaker, and I went a different way with this than I thought I would. Don't tell me this is what I have to work with. The elaborately coiffed drag queen glanced down at his subjects of the afternoon. One figure was so pale the skin was practically blue. Another had hair that looked like last spring's bird's nest. And the third, he took a second look. The little terror was smirking. You know your parents paid a lot of money for you to be here and have me match you to your true calling. The minion nodded. Oh, I see. That way, is it? Well, I bet you think you already know yours, don't you? A nod. Go on. The lithe figure started to spin, slowly, then faster. Then the matchmaker could faster than the matchmaker could distinguish their moving features, then so fast that they levitated, blowing through the roof and escaping. After a moment to recover, the drag queen adjusted his hair and smirked. Cheeky bugger. I like them.
That's great.
Yeah. So that was fun. Those just sort of like flash fiction, creative exercises, fun ways to like do something different and like hear what directions their brains go in, which is fun.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of time with sprints, you don't really hear what people are writing, so it's fun to do that.
Brian is here, bookish. Hope you're recovering well. Good to see you. I always miss things. Good to see you, Holly. Nice. Yeah. So well done. Very nice job. I loved all the stories. I am almost halfway through. I'm giving myself like 1 or 2 a day since I've gotten this, and it's like rationing candy. It's very nice. But yes, description has the links to find this in paperback form or ebook form. Can everyone hold up the thing so that we can get like a screen of like the beauty that is this cover? Yay! Sweet. So yeah, congratulations to Stygian Society on their launch and Stygian Collection on all the contributors doing a great job. Do you guys have a pipeline? Are you working on the next?
Yes.
Yes.
We actually just had a distribution meet up to give books out to local creators who participated. We had a nice little get together last night. And I was looking for the notebook because I've been gradually ordering our merch in, but I think I put it down somewhere else. I thought I had it in my bag, but I don't, so I can't show that off. But we have very cool merch. And the notebook is beautiful. So if you're a notebook collector, check it out. So we decided sort of on, well, we're starting to think of when we want to release things, but it doesn't necessarily align with the July release that we did. So we're thinking of something cool and spooky that will still relate to this collection that will come out in October. So I'm gonna be vague, but there will be something cool that comes out to do with the collection that's special and fancy or something like that. So watch our social media and see what we do.
Nice. Special or fancy.
Yeah.
Would it be like metal corners for your book that make it
Marc-Andre? I had to show that off.
That was so cool. Yeah.
I do want to find those. I want to see if we can like sell those on the site and advise people put them on the book.
Yeah, that would be very cool. I have like photo corners, but they're like paper. They're not,
Well, yeah, like we're having a humid year, so that likes to happen. And Marc-Andre put these little metal corners on it. Looks so cool.
I see. Okay. I see. Nice. Well, thank you guys for coming together, giving us a little like a christening of the series. What will happen is that we will have an hour of power like this every weekday, Monday through Friday, through August. So that is 23 shows where we can charge creative batteries one way or another. It might be flash fiction. It might be working on our whips. It might be silently reading, doing research, writing book reviews for other authors, because that's something we can all do more of, and other stuff like that. So just like building community and having fun. And I'm glad you guys got to help me kick it off. So
thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. I was, nervous to start it off, and it was the right group of folks to choose. So thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you everyone for watching at home and on the replay. And as I said, the giveaway prize, bookish package in the US, digital package for anywhere else in the world. You get an entry if you write a comment with anyone's favorite word down below after we finish up. So happy full moon, sturgeon moon, Lunasa, everybody. Cheers, take care, and happy reading. Bye.